अब देखिए, who are the persons who are not eligible to opt for the composition scheme that has been provided in section 10.2. Broadly, basically, these six categories of registered persons, they are not eligible to opt for composition scheme. That is, suppliers of services will not be eligible to opt for the composition scheme other than those which have been mentioned in point number 4 above. Yani the restaurant service suppliers are there. Restaurant service suppliers are there. They can opt for kya? The composition scheme. For other service suppliers, the major part is what? Service supply. And in case the service supply provision exceeds 10% of the aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year, or say it exceeds rupees 5 lakhs, in that case, other service suppliers, they cannot opt for composition scheme under 10.1. They will be eligible to opt for composition scheme under section 10.2a, which has been introduced with effect from 1st of January 2020. So here, 6 categories of the registered persons, they are not eligible to opt for the composition scheme. They are what? Supplier of services. Suppliers of services are not eligible other than those which have been mentioned in point number 4 above. Then, supplier of goods which are not taxable under the CGST Act, SGST Act, UTGST Act. In case if you are a supplier of the goods which are not taxable under the CGST Act, SGST Act. So if you are engaged in supply of kya? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, or if you are engaged in supply of crude, petrol, motor spirit commonly known as petrol, high-speed diesel oil, aviation turbine fuel, natural gas. These are not leviable to tax under the Act. In case you are engaged in supply of these goods, which are not leviable to tax under this Act, you won't be eligible to opt for kya? The composition scheme. The suppliers of goods which are not taxable under the CGST Act, SGST Act, UTGST Act. Besides this, number 3 is the interstate supplier of goods. If you are engaged in interstate supply of goods, you are not eligible to opt for this particular composition scheme. You are engaged in what? Interstate supply of goods. You are not eligible to opt for the composition scheme. Then, a person supplying goods through electronic commerce operator, person who is supplying goods through an ECO, who is required to collect tax at source under section 52. If you are supplying the goods through an electronic commerce operator and the electronic commerce operator is required to collect tax at source under section 52, then you cannot opt for what? Composition scheme. In such case also, composition scheme cannot be opted. Besides this, casual taxable persons and non-resident taxable persons, though it was provided in the rule itself, but now it has been provided in the Act also, with effect from, say, 1st of January 2020, that is what? The casual taxable person and non-resident taxable person, they cannot opt for kya? Composition scheme. So who is a casual taxable person? Who is basically a casual taxable person? So say I am registered in Rajasthan and there is a trade fair which is going to be organized in the state of Delhi, and I want to participate in trade fair in Delhi. I don't have any fixed place of business in Delhi. So for Delhi, I will be regarded as what? A casual taxable person. Similarly, a non-resident taxable person is a person who is, say, a non-resident. He does not have any fixed place of business or fixed place of residence in India and is occasionally engaged in supply of goods or services. So he is what? A non-resident taxable person or a casual taxable person. They won't be eligible to opt for the composition scheme. Casual taxable person is who? Say the person who is not having a fixed place of business in the particular state where the trade fair or exhibition has been organized, from where he wants to make supply of those goods. So in that particular circumstance, he becomes a casual taxable person. And concept of e-commerce operators, you are aware of the fact that tax collection of source is there. Amazon hai, Flipkart hai. These are what? E-commerce operators. So if I sell the goods through their platform and the e-commerce operator is required to collect tax at source, in that particular circumstance, I cannot opt for payment of the composition scheme. Besides this, manufacturers of certain notified goods. Besides this, it is the manufacturers of certain notified goods. So who are the manufacturers? These are the ineligible manufacturers. Manufacturers of ice cream and other edible ice, whether or not containing cocoa. Manufacturers of ice cream and other edible ice, whether or not containing cocoa. Then pan masala, aerated waters, and all goods, that is tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes, which are falling under chapter 24. So here, these are the various tariff items: 21050000, 21069020, 2202 1010, and 24. Ice cream and other edible ice, whether or not containing cocoa, pan masala, aerated waters, and all goods, tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes. Now here, the interstate suppliers of goods cannot opt for composition scheme. However, a composition supplier can procure goods from outside the state also. That is, from various interstate suppliers. From interstate suppliers. He can procure the goods from the interstate suppliers. Now, what section 10.2 provides is, we have already discussed the same. All registered persons having same permanent account number have to opt for composition scheme. If one registered person opts for normal scheme, then others becomes ineligible for composition scheme. Then in that particular circumstance, other will become ineligible for composition scheme. Say XYZ Limited is there. It is having this 3 unit 1. Unit 1 is what? Dealing in footwear. Unit 2, it is dealing in ready-made garments. Unit 3, it is dealing in plastic toys. Now, here, XYZ Limited wants to opt for footwear and ready-made garments composition scheme. And for this plastic toys, it wants to go for regular scheme. So that is not possible. If it opts for regular scheme for plastic toys, if regular scheme is opted for what? Regular scheme is opted for plastic toys. It becomes ineligible for, ineligible for composition scheme for other goods also. For other supplies also. So here what they say is, all registered persons having same permanent account number have to opt for composition scheme if one registered person opts for normal scheme, other becomes ineligible for composition scheme. Then other becomes ineligible for the composition scheme. Then option lapses if aggregate turnover exceeds क्या 1.5 crores और rupees क्या 75 lakhs. Option lapses. अगर if your aggregate turnover exceeds 1.5 crores या rupees 75 lakhs in those northeastern states, those special category states except say Assam, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. So the benefit of composition scheme can be availed up to an aggregate turnover of 1.5 crores or 75 lakhs in the current financial year. The option availed of by a registered person under section 10(1) shall lapse with effect from the day on which the aggregate turnover during the financial year exceeds क्या 1.5 crores or rupees 75 lakhs. Say, here what we were saying is, say from 1/4 it has opted for the scheme and started its operations from 1/4/20XX to 39XX. Its aggregate turnover was what? 40 lakhs. Then from 1/10XX to say 28th of February XY, it has reached 110 lakhs. Up to this 110, that is their aggregate turnover is how much? 150 lakhs. It will be eligible to pay composition tax till now. From 1st March onwards, say it has effected a clearances of 30 lakhs. On this 30 lakh rupees, regular tax will be paid. Normal tax will be paid. It will be eligible to opt, avail ITC of the inputs which are held in stock, inputs which are contained in semi-finished goods, and as well as inputs which are contained in, say, finished goods as well as the capital goods. Because now it is required to pay kya? Regular tax. How much composition amount of tax it will be? 110 lakhs, 0.5% is the CGST element, and 110 lakhs, 0.5% is what? The SGST element. So they say that the benefit of the composition scheme can be availed up to the aggregate turnover of 1.5 crores or rupees 75 lakhs in the current financial year. The option availed of by a registered person under section 10(1) shall lapse with effect from the day on which the aggregate turnover during the financial year exceeds the limit of kya 1.5 crores or 75 lakhs. Then composition tax cannot be collected from the recipient, that is a taxable person to whom the provisions of composition scheme applies. He shall not collect any tax from the recipients. So here basically composition tax cannot be collected from the recipients. Composition tax, the same, cannot be collected from the recipients. जो composition supplier will be issuing bill of supply and cannot issue tax invoice. It will be issuing bill of supply. It cannot issue kya? Tax invoice. It cannot issue tax invoice. Say, if value of supply is 10 lakh rupees stated in bill of supply. Rate of tax is 1%. So this 10,000 rupees will be borne by composition supplier. Same will be borne by whom? The composition supplier. So composition tax as per the provisions of section 10(4), a taxable person to whom provisions of composition scheme applies shall not collect any tax from the recipient on supplies made by him. It means that composition scheme supplier cannot issue tax invoice. Then as per the provisions of section 10(4), composition scheme supplier cannot avail kya? Input tax credit. Composition scheme supplier cannot avail input tax credit. He cannot avail what? The input tax credit. The composition supplier cannot avail input tax credit. So a taxable person to whom the provisions of composition scheme applies shall not be entitled to take kya? The input tax credit. He won't be entitled to take the input tax credit. That is a person, taxable person to whom the provisions of composition scheme applies, he shall not be entitled to take any ITC. And even the person to whom no ITC will be available of composition tax also. No ITC available to the recipient. Of supply of the composition tax. So, no ITC will be available to him. Now, if the proper officer has a reason to believe that a taxable person has paid tax under composition scheme, the taxable person has paid a tax under composition scheme, despite not being eligible, such person shall, in addition to any tax that may be payable by him under any provisions of this act, such person, in addition to the tax that may be payable by him under any provisions of the act, be liable to penalty, and provisions of 73 and 74 shall be applicable for determination of tax. So if you are not eligible, you are say interstate supplier, and you opted for composition scheme, or you are say you are not withdrawn from composition scheme on account of your ineligibility, then in that particular circumstance, show cause notice will be issued as per provisions of section 73. 73 deals with show cause notice in case of normal period of limitation, and if there is any grave error such as fraud, if it's a case of fraud or it's a case of willful misstatement, or it's a case of suppression of facts, then section 74 come into play, and extended period of limitation is invoked. Then extended period of limitation is invoked. So here, if the proper officer has a reason to believe that a taxable person has paid tax under composition scheme despite not being eligible, such person shall, in addition to tax that may be payable by him under any provisions of this act, be liable to a penalty, and the provisions of section 73 and 74 shall be applicable for determination of kya? Tax and penalty. In that particular circumstance, provisions of 73 and 74 will be applicable. Then, as I have already told you, if you avail any goods or services as a composition supplier, you are availing any goods or services which are chargeable to tax under reverse charge. In that particular circumstance, in that particular circumstance, regular tax is to be paid on such goods and services. So it is important to note that for any tax payable under reverse charge mechanism, the option for payment under this scheme will not be available. if you want to pay any tax under RCM, you will be required to pay regular tax. Rate of tax payable on supplies taxable on RCM will be regular rates and not composition rates. So those rates will be the regular rates and not the composition rates. And the customers who buy the goods, from the registered person who is under composition scheme is also not eligible for composition input tax credit, because the composition scheme supplier cannot issue a tax invoice. So purchasers, as I have already told you, the recipients will not be entitled to take the input tax credit. So this is all about what the statutory basic provisions relating to what composition scheme, which is meant for the manufacturers, restaurant service suppliers, and suppliers of basically traders of goods, though they can, all of them can supply small amount of services up to 10% of their aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year, or rupees 5 lakhs, which are say higher.